Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look at weather week ahead in today's video, as we always do on a Saturday. So, got quite a cold week coming up this week actually, probably just about the coldest week of the winter. That's not saying very much, it has been a very mild winter. There will be some snow at times. Got a question mark about Wednesday. That's the day really that is proving very tricky to pin down. We'll be within quite a cold air mass, and there's a weather system coming in from the Atlantic and grind to a halt under that cold air mass. So exactly what happens as we get through to Wednesday, where you can see a band of rain coming down across the country, where we'll see a band of rain, sleet and snow, or whether it will turn increasingly to snow as it gets in towards the south and the east, is very much uncertain at this stage. It will be a case of watch this space over the next few days to firm up on the details. So from around Wednesday onwards, and then that takes into the end of the week, from around Wednesday onwards, the detail with this forecast is going to be pretty low, really unusually low, actually from an unusually early point in the weekend forecast. Up to Wednesday, though, I think we've got weather basically sorted out. So I'll have a look at all the detail in a second. Before I get on with that, just to mention the ads, there's links to articles on all of the pages that guys like this. Have a browse through those widgets and click through the links if there's any articles that you're interested in. And the ads are helping to keep us completely free. We don't have to charge you for any of our videos or written updates because of the advertising. So thanks so much for getting involved, and thanks for doing that. The websites that we're using for the video coming from the weatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de. You find a link to both of the websites on the links page. So here we go with the radar picture, and two distinct areas of precipitation really. We've got snow, sleet and snow showers across southeast and southern Scotland coming down into northeastern England. Some of these are getting accumulations of snow, particularly but not exclusively over high ground. Then for the rest of northern England, Wales and the Midlands, it's mostly dry until we come into the far south and southeast, where we've got a wintry mix of rain, a little bit of sleet mixed in, maybe some snow over higher ground, places like the Chilterns, perhaps getting a little bit of snow. Very unpleasant day really down in the southeast, cold, damp, with a wintry mix of weather down there, but the main snow is actually in the northeast of the country, and they've got a few snow showers just peppering the far north and northeast of Scotland. So here's today's Arctic pressure chart. This is the area of low pressure across the northern parts of France that's bringing that wintry mix down across south. This was forecast to be much further north than this a couple of days ago, and we was predicting a very wet, cold, wet day with risk of a snow event on the northern edge of that low pressure. What's happened is that the low pressure has been trending much further south, so most of the precipitation tied up with this low pressure is actually down across France. And it's something you find with these areas of low pressure tracking across the south. Over time, they do tend to get trended further and further south, and a lot of the time they do finish up mainly affecting France. But it's closest to still be getting us that wintry mix in the south, and then we've got this easterly wind, of course, bringing in those snow showers to the northeast of the country. So I think find the wintry mix down across the south and southeast continuing into this afternoon, becoming increasingly lighter, I think, as we get through the afternoon, but maybe a little bit of snow turning up, especially over high ground, but mainly rain and sleet, quite unpleasant weather at lower levels. For Wales, the Midlands, much of northwest England can be mainly dry, and then we're coming to those snow showers across eastern parts of Scotland and northeastern parts of England as well. That leaves western Scotland and Northern Ireland maybe getting a few sunny spells coming through today, but there is a lot of cloud across the country Saturday. It's a cold day as well, temperatures ranging from around 3 to 6 or 7 Celsius, and feeling particularly cold and miserable in the southeast actually with that wintry mix of weather. As we go through to tonight, we're going to find the worst of that rain and sleet dying out from the southeast, and the snow showers in the northeast will die back towards the coast. So increasingly clear skies will spread down from the north. Temperatures will become cold. It'll be a frost with temperatures going down to -2 quite widely. -10 is possible over snowfields of Scotland. And maybe some icy patches around in places as well, particularly, of course, where we've had any rain, sleet or snow. As we move through into Sunday, this is Valentine's Day, of course. We're going to have quite a cold Valentine's Day this year with the air coming in from the north and the northeast. We may still have a little bit of rain or sleet down in the very far southeast to begin with, but that will go quite quickly. And it's just a case of having sunny spells and wintry showers in the far east of the country. So have those wintry showers around the eastern and northeastern facing coast, but the rest of the country should stay mostly dry with sunny spells coming through. Temperatures on Sunday will be cold again, ranging from around, 1 Celsius in the far north Scotland, so very cold down in the far north Scotland, to around 6 Celsius on the south coast. So, I mean, we're not talking about a big freeze here, we're not talking about severely cold weather, just colder than we've had it through the course of this winter. It's just see where the air is coming from. It's actually coming from quite a long way north. You would probably suspect temperatures to be colder than this, but of course we had a very mild winter, and the sea surface temperature, particularly over North Sea, above average. It hasn't been, we haven't had any cold weather to sort of cool the landmass of the continent down either. So that's the reason the temperatures are probably even a little bit higher than you would expect given the synoptic pressure setup. Nevertheless, it is a much colder phase than we've been used to so far this winter. As we go through into Monday, high pressure starting to topple in across the country. That will change the distribution of the showers a little bit. There'll be more down across the southeast, I think, this northeasterly wind. So expect risk of wintry showers across East Anglia and South East England. I'll be surprised if they amount to too much, but there could be some sleet or snow and little bits of rain mixing. I think they're generally quite light across East Anglia, South East England on Monday. The rest of the country will be mainly dry with good sunny spells coming through under this ridge of high pressure. The temperatures will be on the cold side, though, again ranging from around 2 Celsius to 6 Celsius. And it'll be cold on Monday night with winds going light under this ridge of high pressure. You'll have a very frosty night with temperatures possibly down quite widely to -5 Celsius or lower on Monday night. Certainly one of the coldest nights of the winter coming up Monday into Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the high pressure is still ridging through the country and going more towards the east. Low pressure is trying to come back in off the Atlantic. This sets us up that very complicated day on Wednesday, but away from Western Scotland and Northern Ireland, where it will eventually turn cloudy, wet and windy, most places will get another dry day on Tuesday with good sunny spells coming through. It'll be a very frosty start. Temperatures, as I say, could go as low as -5 widely across the country. Some places will go lower than that, especially in the north where we've got snow cover. So the coldest night of the winter potentially coming up on Monday night into Tuesday morning will lead to a mostly dry day with sunny spells through the course of Tuesday itself, although eventually a veil of cloud will start to spread down from the north and west. Temperatures in the south probably around 5, 6, 7 degrees. In the far northwest it could turn quite mild for the Outer Hebrides, with temperatures possibly going up to around 10 Celsius up there, but most places still quite cold on Tuesday. And then a very complicated day as we go through into Wednesday. We find this weather system coming down from the north and west, and it stalls as it moves into this cold air. So as we go through the course of Wednesday, we're going to find rain. We'll find rain up in the north of the country to begin with on Wednesday. So Scotland and Northern Ireland will have outbreaks of rain to start the day, possibly some snow mixed in over high ground only, I would have thought. Much of England and Wales will start dry and frosty on Wednesday, and then this band of cloud and rain will spread south and east. You notice that there's this system just here, which is indicating a stall of the weather fronts moving across the country. So we got rain coming into this cold air on Wednesday, and it could turn to snow, and I would think that's most likely across northern England, possibly North Wales, possibly the Midlands, and maybe Lincolnshire. That's where I would plump at the moment for the risk of maybe 2 or 3 centimetres of snow, but it could be just rain through the course of Wednesday. It really is a very, very hard one to pin down. Eventually it will turn brighter behind that, with wintry showers returning to Scotland and Northern Ireland. East Anglia and the south east of England could stay mostly dry, actually, and this system could stall away from East Anglia and the far southeast of England. It is a complicated one though, so keep an eye on the detail of the forecast for Wednesday. Temperatures under any snow will just be around 1 or 2 Celsius, otherwise around 5 or 6 degrees. And then we've got some uncertainties to go through to Thursday and Friday as well. The general trend is going to try to be to move the Atlantic back in. We've got high pressure here over Scandinavia, but I think the Atlantic will probably prove too strong. But how quickly this happens is open to uncertainty. Thursday could start off maybe with some snow on the ground across parts of the country and a frost. We'll find many places staying dry, I would think, on Thursday, and still feeling quite cold. But outbreaks of rain could spread into the west again later on in the day. And the trend through Friday and Saturday, whilst the detail is uncertain, the trend will gradually be, I think, to move milder air in from the west. So let's say there's a slow progression through Friday and into the weekend for cloud and rain to move across the country. And with winds going into the southwest, temperatures should start to lift up as well. So by next weekend, it should be milder. There is a low risk with high pressure here over Scandinavia. There is a low risk that this cold air could hang on in the east and the southeast, particularly into next weekend. I would rate that at no more than around 20%, but just the outside chance that the cold air could prove more robust and hold on across the east and the southeast even into the weekend. But my guess is that will gradually turn milder, wet and windy again as we head into next weekend. If I have a look at the charts from the weather outlook, so you can see weather in your area over the next week. So we've got the rain here in the south, wintry mix down in the south, whilst in the northeast we've got those wintry showers, particularly giving snow over high ground, but not exclusively so. A lot of dry weather as we go through to Sunday. It'll be quite a nice day, but be cold, and there'll be snow showers around those eastern coasts. The distribution of the showers changes to come more into the southeast, so goes into Monday. This is just suggesting rain showers for the southeast on Monday. They could be more wintry than this, but I don't think they'll amount to too much down in the southeast. Otherwise, a fair amount of dry weather. Lots of dry weather on Tuesday as well. There'll be a very hard frost overnight Monday into Tuesday. And then we have this uncertainty for Wednesday with a band of rain moving in from the west, meeting that cold air. This is suggesting snow, particularly for northeast England, possibly for Lincolnshire, but other places could come into the risk of snow, maybe the Midlands, parts of Wales as well. So just watch your space on what's happening for Wednesday. The far southeast probably staying mostly dry and cold. And then we get through into Thursday, probably still quite cold on Thursday, but by Friday, I would suspect we'll start to see cloud and rain moving back in from the west, those temperatures starting to lift up as well. So in summary, quite a cold week coming up. We've got the wintry mix in the south today with snow showers in the northeast. I think it'll turn mostly dry Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and there'll be increasingly hard overnight frost as well. And then we go through to Wednesday. That's the uncertain day as a band of rain comes in off the Atlantic. It meets the cold air and stalls. There could be snow tied in with that. I'd say mostly across northern England, maybe parts of North Wales, possibly the Midlands and Lincolnshire. That sort of central part of the country could get some snow on Wednesday, rain elsewhere. And then we go through to Thursday and Friday. And it gradually, it's probably going to take a while, but it gradually turns milder, wet and windier by the weekend. That's all for now then, and thanks for watching.